Zero is back, and we actually have a really good chapter this week where we answer a couple of questions that are really important. But let's start at the beginning like we always do. So Drakken Joe is confused out of his mind and wants to know who exactly is Shiki. And Shiki's response is that he's an adventurer looking for Mother. And that answer completely blindsides Joe. And so Drakken Joe asks Shiki, why do you want to see Mother? And he actually tells him the truth, where he tells him that in another world, he took on Drakken Joe and he lost, and he was killed by him. Obviously, Peanut doesn't want him to say this. Drakken Joe thinks he's crazy, and Nero actually believes him. I guess Nero has experience with the time travel people. I mean, there is an entire cult around it. By the way, Drakken Joe and Nero are a lot closer than I thought they were, because Joe calls him an old man, and Nero's response is, "You're twice my age." But it doesn't seem to be a serious argument between the two of them. It just seems to be something that they do quite often. She then tells him that they beat him in the second world, and this is the third world where they get to meet him one more time. And obviously, Drakken Joe doesn't believe him at all, and basically calls him a liar. But yeah, she doesn't want to fight between the two of them anymore. No more winning, no more losing. He wants them to be friends, like he said in the last chapter. And obviously, Drakken Joe is not having that. Nero then asked if he met Shira, and Shiki responds is yes, and Shira asked to be his friend, but Shiki turned him down in the last world. As you can imagine, Nero finds this whole thing to be funny, and is actually I think he liked Shiki. Joe is not on board with that, and basically pulls a gun on Shiki. And Shiki was able to respond to this by telling him he actually knows all of Drakken Joe's past, where he tells him that he grew up on a planet where everyone's lifespan was short, which is why he decided to steal people's lifespan to live as long as possible, so he could grow up and have friends. And this is one of the big pieces of information that surprised me. Drakken Joe is actually kind of hurt by this statement, because he reveals, in this universe, he doesn't steal the lifespan of humans, he actually steals the lifespan of animals. And this is why Weiss's mother is alive in this universe, because Drakken Joe actively didn't steal the lifespan of innocent people. So yeah, Universe Zero Drakken Joe is a bastard and a villain, but he's not completely evil. After hearing this, Shiki basically is like, yeah, okay, since you don't actually kill people by taking their lifespan, we definitely can be friends. Drakken Joe's like, I don't want to have friends. I don't need friends. And Nero's response is, I thought we were pals. I thought we were friends. And they got the old argument about who's old man or not again. So yeah, I think it's a common thing that the two of them do. She also points out that he doesn't just have Nero as a friend. He also has his three top officers as friends as well. And they're all waiting behind the corner, basically to back him up if he ever needs anything. And Drakken Joe's like, they're my co-workers, not friends. Funny thing is, at a certain point, Drakken Joe just exhausted with Shiki to the point where he's like, you know what? I'm done arguing with you. I don't want to fight you anymore either. I just want you to leave. We're done. You can go. Just go away. So somehow Shiki found a peaceful resolution with Drakken Joe. I never thought I would ever say those words. Shiki won't let go of the being friends thing, but Drakken Joe's response is, if you're from another world, then you already know that I don't have much time left. There's no point in us being friends. And based on the looks of all of his subordinates, they all know that he's dying, and they actually do seem to really care about him. Shiki points out that since you don't have much time left, then why don't you just give up this life of crime and such? And Drakken Joe explains that he is a necessary evil. Apparently, he says that the world needs a balance between good and evil, which isn't really a necessary evil thing. That's just an argument that there is good and evil in this world, and you likes being part of the evil. His argument is very terrible. And so Shi's response to him making that argument necessary evil, he points out that there's now a chance for him to be a hero, and he asks Peanut how much time is left, and her response is 72 hours and 26 minutes. The chronophage will come and devour the planet. As you can imagine, everyone freaks out about this. They inform him that this information comes from the other world where this exact same thing happened. The thing is that things are slightly different in this world than in the other ones, but if it does happen, you have enough time to evacuate everyone. Chronophage shows up and devours time. At least you saved everyone. Like, you would be a hero. And she points out that this version of Drakken Joe doesn't want people to die, because he clearly doesn't. He went out of his way to use the lifespan of animals instead of people, which I'm guessing is probably less efficient because the animals don't live as long as people. So he does actually believe in the sanctity of human life in some extent. So the butler shows up freaking out, informing Drakken Joe that Jin and Keely have betrayed them, and they were actually friends with sister from the very beginning. She was like, it doesn't matter anymore. Don't worry about it. Go get our other comrades. We actually have some more important work to do. So yeah, it seems like Drakken Joe is actually going to save everyone on the planet from the chronophage. Okay, so back on the ship, everyone's there, and that's when Sister and Keely hug Witch, all excited that she's finally back. And of course, Witch has the same response again, which is, this is getting old. I still need to pick up Hermit, though, because her body's still in the exact same location as it was last time, and now that she remembers the old world, she doesn't suffer from that old depression thing that she was dealing with in the first time around. So everyone's excited about that. But while they don't have to go through Herma's depression again, they still have to deal with the simple fact that Homura doesn't remember any of them. So Homura is freaking out, thinking that she's with them because she's there to pay off her debt with Drakken, and Rebecca's like, no, your debt with Drakken's already been settled. Why don't you remember us? I don't understand what's going on. So they all start coming up with an idea to jog her memory. That is until Witch mentions that she doesn't actually know anything about Homeru, since she doesn't have her memories of the past world. But she does know that she was Valkyrie's student. And that's when everyone said, oh my god, Valkyrie could be alive in this world. And so we could have the two of them meet and she get her memories back. Did meet Valkyrie in this world. So they were student and master. And apparently 5 years ago, she died. See, this is an odd one, because Homura has some connection to her mother still, and she's meek and shy, and doesn't seem to have any of the actual training she had before, but she's still called Valkyrie her master. So either Homura finished her training, or their relationship wasn't as... It wasn't as close as it was in the other worlds. And I say that because, once again, Homura still has a connection with her mother, so there's a chance that it could be she was still with her mother when she met Valkyrie, in which case she didn't have that very personal mother-daughter relationship with Valkyrie in this world. It was more of a distant connection as a master and student kind of thing. So that would somewhat make sense why, if Valkyrie died, she just wouldn't be as brazen and as, well, tough as Homura used to be. Okay, that's going to do it for this chapter. Please subscribe, give a thumbs up so you enjoy more Eden Zero and other anime things. Thank you, and have a great day.